Greetings, Skyfarers, and welcome to another episode of Sunless Skies. I am Cobalt Thorium. Before we leave New Winchester, so in this episode we're going to head over towards the circus. We're going to check in with them, say hi, see if we can get any of this bronzewood. And then we're going to go off and try to find Hybras, or Hybras. In the meantime, I do want to replenish our crew because it's a little bit down. So we will hop over here, hire crew at Wolsey Station. Wolsey. It's 2 to 3. We can do that. We got 3. There's a buzz of chatter. Okay, we've read that before. All right, onwards. I think that's all we want to do here. Is it? Is there anything else we want to do here? I just forget. Oh boy. What is this? If you have heard of any opportunities to acquire trade goods via unusual means, they will appear here. Alright, let's go. We're well stocked with supplies. It's all good. There. Yes, misjudged that. Alright, what is this? New arrivals at the circus. A fire burns by the obelisk, where newcomers mingle. A fire burns by the obelisk, where newcomers mingle. None of them seem to know what drew them here, save that they had nowhere else they knew they should be. They trade stories and the last of the liquor from their flasks, finding solace here for reasons that even they can't seem to explain. We'll listen to the stories. Who were they before they were called here? Tales of life and loss. The broken, the disavowed, the fugitives. Every visitor has their own story and a hole in their heart. A few demonstrate acts with which they hope to join the circus themselves. Others talk of their plans to leave this place and resume their lives. Not today, but tomorrow. Or the day after that, perhaps. We have no terror. Yay! Okay, we will go to the Inconceivable Circus, the greatest show, apparently. The urchin is back. We will go and say hi. Yep, that's the same message as before. 3999. Write a report, of course. Yeah, we'll send another performance. It's probably going to be the exact same message. Got some sky stories of it. Oh, it's different. Okay. The tent is barely any more populated than the last show. The ringmaster does his best, fixing a wide grin under his mustache as he introduces what passes for acts. The humiliated magician's attempt to saw his assistant in half comes to an unfortunate end. Oh, God. High above, the bereaved acrobat again performs their half of the routine for a tiny amount of applause. Afterward, the pensive clown trips into the spotlight, dropping the balls that he juggles. It's silent enough to hear them hit the floor. It ends when the headstrong strong woman lifts a very large dumbbell over her head. She repeats this several times when the crowd's reaction isn't as enthusiastic as she would have liked. The show ends with a smattering of reluctant applause. So now they sort of know me. We got... Okay, Sky Stories didn't improve. Really? Interesting. It's unfortunate. Okay, now we can speak to the ringmaster. He puts on a good face for the customers, but he's clearly troubled. The ringmaster looks relieved to see a familiar face. Oh, thank God. We've got a show to put on, and one of my biggest acts is throwing a tantrum. No. He pauses, toying with his exquisitely managed mustache as he looks you up and down. I don't suppose you've ever considered stepping into the ring yourself. I could say, offer your services as a clown. Dignity is overrated. I could offer my services as a lion tamer. You've nothing to fear but some flea-bitten beast. Offer services as an acrobat. How hard can it be? Offer your crew services. Circus work is beneath you, but not your crew. Or I could refuse to participate in this folly. Well, my character wouldn't do this. This seems dangerous. This is probably dangerous, too. You've nothing to fear with some flea-bitten beast. I think my character would probably send the crew, but at the same time, I don't really want to sacrifice the crew. And they're not just going to kill me if I do the lion tamer, right? Try it. Alright, sweet. Whip in hand, you stare down the circus's one remaining lion. It makes it clear that when it comes to meat, there is meat that it respects and meat that it does not. Afterwards, the ringmaster claps you on the shoulder. Excellent. Well, terrible. Never do that again. But please, come and see me behind the tents. So, a bunch of new Sky Stories. That's great. We like Sky Stories. Let's head behind the tents. You're welcome everywhere here. The carnies nod to you as you pass. Beyond the performances and the permanent audience, the circus is deserted. Everyone keeps to their quarters unless they're practicing for the show. Despite the Calio music, the mood back here is closer to that of a mausoleum. You can visit the ringmaster's caravan, blah, whatever. The door is open. From inside, you can hear the constant ruffling of a deck of cards. We could talk to the humiliated magician. He leans beneath a faded poster of himself, smoking a cheap, malodorous tobacco. We could talk to the bereaved acrobat. Their tent is larger than the others. The flap is tied open for visitors. We could talk to the pensive clown. His head is bowed. His bald dome shines in the lantern light. If you ignore the grease paint, he looks not unlike the bust of a Grecian philosopher. Okay. We could talk to the headstrong strong woman. If she isn't performing or training, she tends to keep inside her caravan. We go to the big top. There's no performance at the moment. I think we're probably just going to go through all these. We might as well just go top to bottom. Actually, Let's talk to the characters first. So, the humiliated magician. It breaks my heart that you had to sit through that, he says, nodding towards the big top. Sometimes I wonder why I left Mahogany Hall. Then I remember how much Plenty paid before this whole place lost its funding. He puts out the cigarette on the poster and tosses it into an overturned top hat. Okay. Let's talk to the bereaved acrobat. They half-raise themselves from their deep cushions in greeting and bid you sit across from them. They ask how you enjoyed the show, and before you can answer, they apologize for their performance. I'm nothing by myself, they say. Without my twin, there to catch me, or there to leap, for me to catch, it's quite dull. But they're trying to break themselves from the circus again. Yeah. Pensive clown. The clown rubs the back of his head. It's troubling to me that the show goes on, even when there's no one there to watch it. He looks at you searchingly. What does he expect you to say? We can talk to the headstrong strong woman. She welcomes you to her cavern and begs your pardon for the mess, for through the caravan is a remarkable oasis of cleanliness for the otherwise untidy port. The only other seat she can offer is stacked with poems. Why does she have a stack of poems? I don't understand. She places them beneath her own chair and begins to ask questions about your life. Any inquiries into her own, she deflects, with the wit of a slighted baroness. Why does this woman come off as being a Mary Sue? Like, she's a strong woman. She's the only act that apparently doesn't suck. She's also apparently a poetess, or at least learned in poetry. She's tidy and clean, while everything else is sort of in shambles here. And then all of a sudden, she's got the wit of a baroness. It's like, you're trying too hard here. Whichever writer wrote this part. Probably a guy who's, like, into strong women. Alright, whatever. Let's go into the big top. There's no performance at the moment. Let's see what happens. The call of the circus. The echoing silence of the empty tent is undercut by something just out of earshot. A buzzing almost. You travel to the giant obelisk to one side of the port. The noise, the sensation only gets louder. The obelisk is covered with giant indecipherable symbols, and as you touch it, you begin to feel... Wait. As you touch it, you being here feels right. Okay. On some deep, primal level. All thought of travel melt away. There's a place for you here, where you're meant to be, amongst the grease paint and the sawdust. You quickly pull your hand away. The itch recedes. Interesting. I mean, I assume that that obelisk is part of whatever, like, city or something that existed here before. On Port Avon, they talk extensively about the Cyclopean ruins, right? So there's these ruins that are giant, like giant stones that presumably no human could lift or move, or even with, like, the construction techniques of the day here. So it presumably came from some previous civilization. Maybe the obelisk came from them too. Not like they're very far away. Alright, let's visit the Ringmaster's cavern. Caravan. Jesus, second time I've done that. Hats, cats, bats, and rats. The Ringmaster is sat on a fat cushion, idly shuffling a worn pack of playing cards. He smiles warily at you. I ask the cards about you. He draws from the top of the deck, sets them on the table. They say you can help. Then he places them back into the deck and bids you shuffle and draw for yourself. The cards are the same. He smiles the same weary smile. Looks like they haven't changed their minds. The ringmaster shuffles, cuts, and deals the cards. This is what work I can offer you. I can accept a commission to repair the magician's props. 8 of bats. Magician's props are in need of fixing. The ringmaster sighs. We can accept a commission to reclaim the acrobat's twin. 4 of hats. One of them has run away. Again, the ringmaster huffs. It's time to bring them home. Accept a commission to purchase costumes for the clown. 2 of cats. The costumes are not for the clown, but for his pet geese, Cuddles and Ruffles. Cute. He's not funny without them, confides the ringmaster. Accept a commission to post flyers for the strong woman. 6 of rats. Ideally, the strong woman's act is to lift unusual objects brought in by the crowd. The problem is, no one knows they're supposed to bring something. Alright. Well, we have to do all of them. Might as well just go in order. The ringmaster passes you an envelope addressed to a shop in Port Avon. We have a friend there who will do the repairs for us. He deftly gathers the cards from the table. I wish we didn't have to rely on those bloody contraptions, but card and coin magic is too small to see from the upper rows. Helping the circus. You are doing errands to assist the circus. Visit the reclusive carpenter in Port Avon. Okay, so we have a task. For the most part, we don't go to Port Avon all that much. Yeah, okay, so the message didn't change when we got the quest. Is there anything we can do with these tickets? I mean, we have extras. Let's just try visiting the amusement, see what happens. Okay. You spend some time watching the sideshow attractions. The amazing invisible flea circus is immediately disappointing. The circus's strong woman, on the other hand, is arguably too good for the place. See? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Alright, whatever. Effortlessly raising all manner of heavy things over her head. The problem is that she makes it look so easy that the audience just shrugs. It seems the only thing she cannot lift is the mood. Mary Sue character. Alright, let's head out of here. I think that's probably it. Maybe we'll pick up some supplies. Oh, we have to pick up bronzewood, that's right. We have to pick up a ton of bronzewood if I remember right. How many do we need? 5? 5. Now we have 2 in the bank. Will we be passing... Where is this? Avon. Will we be passing Winchester to get to Avon? I mean, probably. Like, we shouldn't really have to, but it seems likely. Actually, let's look at the bazaar. No bargains, huh? Okay. We could just sell the other ones. It's not a lot of storage. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now we're on our way. So they said it is east-northeast, so we're thinking around here, I think. Probably in here. I wonder if there's something in here. Alright. So I guess we'll pick up the edge, like, right around here. Now we could go to the north of Nielsen Point. way in. Well, that was easy enough. This is a way in. So where would it be? Maybe about here? If I remember, this place has a very particular biome. And this isn't it. Old piping grizzled with moss juts from the undergrowth. This is where London's first attempt to build New Winchester was. It failed. Alright, yeah, here we go. This is that unusual biome. So we must be getting close. Alright, there it is. Easy peasy. Oh. No way through. Let's try the southern way. We're heading too far in the other direction for my comfort. Whoa, that's close. Turned a little too late. Alright. I suppose we cross over here. Let's go straight down and then cross over. Alright, we've read that before, I believe. Got a bunch more gossip. And gossip's actually a pretty good currency in this game. Battle of Culverstone. Oh, is this not an actual entrance? Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh. It is. Sorry, I didn't read the message. really have to strip it for materials. We're barely damaged. It's for like 1. Yeah, it's 1. We'll go for the unusual cargo. Sovereigns. We'll take that. Newly minted coins fall with a heavy thud from the upended sack. Bright imperial sovereigns. Her renewed majesty's many faces glare up at you. She has many faces? Oh, many faces because there are many coins, right. I thought it was like Janus or whatever his name is with the 2 faces. Alright, let's more gossip. I'm not seeing another entrance down here. How the hell do we get up in that? Oh. There's gotta be a way in somewhere. Oh, what is that? Unfortunately, I didn't get to read that message. Too busy in combat. Silver idol rests within a cage. We've read that before. Alright, we got a nice little inlet here. Maybe this will lead us to Hybras. Oh, jeez, it's one of those guys. Get away. I don't want to deal with you. I don't like you guys. You're too fast. Jeez. Well, I think I'm gonna have to fight him. Oh, jeez, wrong way. He destroyed himself, and I almost ran into him. Wonderful. Jeez. Examine the captain's logs. So this is a star-maddened explorer is defeated. The crew of this weathered engine has been sky-mad by the winds and stars and the things that haunt the sky. Examine the captain's logs. They may shed light on what befell the explorer. They'll give us a sky story or a tale of terror. Not a very good chance. We can scavenge for parts. We do have some damage. Might just do that. The explorer is beyond repair, as are its crew, but perhaps something might be salvageable. Okay, a messy business. You exhort your crew to get over their damn superstitions and start stripping the explorer. They begin dutifully and gingerly, but soon begin to treat the explorer as an icon of all they fear, star madness, the thunder of guns, a wild death in the empty sky. They rip out plating and spare parts with frenzied glee. Interesting. Jeez. I just run right into a rock. Alright, we're getting back to Hybras type of biome here. On the lookout, keeping my eyes peeled for any type of strange monsters. Seems like the type of place for strange monsters. In previous playthroughs, there does seem to be many more tough enemies around Hybras. Probably just because of the atmosphere. I want to make it all evil and foreboding. Which, I mean, it is pretty evil and foreboding looking. Whoa. What the hell? The last time I came here, I left with mushrooms spreading my beard, grumbles the vagabond. Okay, I think we're here. Sweet. We'll do the usual once around. We'll go once around the outside and once around the inside to make sure that we have all of the locations thoroughly scouted. What is this? The Shepherd of the Winds. All day, a series of insistent winds has been tugging at your engine, trying to push you off course and into a less traveled nook of the sky. The crew blame the Shepherds of the Winds. I could say more power to the engines. Force your way free of the wind's grasp. This will cost fuel, or you could let the winds take you. Who knows what you might find in the quieter corners of the heavens? You'll gain terror, but you may make a discovery. That's not a good enough chance. We're just going to use our engines. One extra fuel, fine. True to your course. The engines thunder. The boiler is so hot, you could fry eggs on it. Your locomotive steams onward in spite of the winds, and eventually they yield, scurrying away to other corners of the sky. Can we hit this? Okay, that's just it. Whoa. The sky's quiet here, an ill-omened place, the crewman mutters. There's another passage over here. Alright. Well, we don't have to explore it right now. Oh! Oh! No, no, no! I'm massively out of control here. I need to pay more attention. Oh. It's an island. Oh, we got some lips over here. Might as well go over and take a peek. See what it is. It's a homestead. Alright, munitions for bronzewood, that's not worth it. Share gossip from civilization, eat your fill. Alright. You sat down beside a humble homestead whose owners, despite their ragged sleeves, insist on inviting you in. We don't really need supplies. I think we would just want to get rid of some terror, so we'll eat our fill. Yeah, we've read that before. Easy. Easy enough. Alright, so it looks like there's a passage here, so that's where we should actually be exploring up to. Sort of assume that the Shasta's leg was the beginning of a mouth of a passage, but it's not. Fungus covers this place like a blanket. Sprouts, pallid white and angry red. Every outcropping and asteroid. Alright. Now we have a mouth of a passage mapped. The reason why I do that, why I go a little bit inside and then turn around, is so that on the mini-map it comes up as a passage. Because otherwise it can look kind of like just an unexplored bit of wall. But if you go inside a little bit, it definitely looks more like a passage, you know? Whoa. Jeez. Did it again. Alright, well, that's pretty much all of it, actually. So let's do our... Well, no, let's get down to here. Just in case there's some kind of area that we missed. Some kind of... Oh, no, no, no. And then I run right into it. Because the controls are inverted because I'm facing south. That's it. Let's go and do a once around Hybras. So if there's any other little locations on there, little nooks and... Which there probably is. Maybe like Shasta's Lake is enough. Nope, here's one. Alfred and Clara's farm. Garden of Heaven. Whoa. Antiquary. I guess we'll go for the uncanny specimen. Our terror is kind of low, and I think it'll get lower when we dock. Don't make me lose a crew. None of the remaining pieces are whole enough to be of interest, either academic or ghoulish. Too thorough a job. However, you do find a few fragments of carapace vined with what looks like gold. Perhaps being too thorough here by going all the way up here. Just turn around. I want to hug close. Let's see if we can get any more free experience by finding... What's the word I'm looking for? Not milestones. Jeez, I'm drawing a blank on the word. Hybras. Fledgling colony trying to dig its fingernails deep enough into the spongy, fungal fabric of the Reach to cling on when hard times come. It is a sad truth that many more settlements are founded than flourish. Well, obviously. Well, I suppose not obvious, that's many. Hybras, nestled amidst sprawling, sporing gardens of fungus. Hybras is a colony of octogenarians. Alright. Rotting buildings slough gently into decay. Maintenance is poor and the population aged. An insect speckled with fungus flies past drowsily. Growth asks no license, reads a barely legible sign staked into a collapsed pile of fungal eggs. Funguses have eggs. A venerable welcoming party has gathered. The wizened mayor approaches. His back is bent, but his pace is steady. Or we could gather a port report. Not much seems to happen in this sleepy place, but perhaps someone will be interested. Or we could search for Mademoiselle Lumiere. A filmmaker should be difficult to miss in this hushed, secluded place. Or we could find the downed locomotive. The bogs and marshes of Hybras are dense and obscured with rotting fungus, but somewhere in the interior, the locomotive has gone down. Or we could collect a sample of Hybras pus. It oozes out from the fungal body, just as it would from an infected sore on your arm. Gross. Alright, let's just, I mean, we're going to go through them all, so let's do the port report first, because I don't want to forget that. Life moves slowly here. There are arguments over the rules of bowls and the correct amount of steeped tea. The station master seems to avoid the villagers. There is an unusual, unique quality to the starlight, which filters through the underside of the cabs. This is a really creepy picture. Alright, yeah, that's all good. Let's do the welcome party. He has a firm handshake. Welcome to our little hideaway. Watch your step. That one's about to fruit. True enough. The little white sack at your feet suddenly splits. Snaking tendrils of red fungus explode outwards. The mayoral assistant, a severe woman of slightly less advanced years, guides the mayor to a nearby bench. You may stay as long as you like. Something is changing in Hybras. Cryptic. We have many more options now. Maybe it'd be good to just get these simple ones out of the way. So let's collect our sample of Hybras pus. The difficulty in collecting samples isn't in having to climb to some remote peak or fight off creatures who are all teeth and claws. It's in abiding the smell. Experiments sanctioned by the company. You've collected Hybras pus for the phlegmatic researcher. Okay. Let's search for Mademoiselle Lumiere. Loud curses lead you towards an elderly woman fiddling with an antiquated camera. She sighs, shuts the frame. That'll do. She offers a trembling hand. Lumiere. Once a renowned explorer and filmmaker, now, as you see. A cough rattles through her. You from New Winchester? I'll leave with you. I can pay my way. I'm done here, and my lungs won't tolerate much more of this. She smiles wanly. I have a premiere to plan. Retiring filmmaker. You're escorting the filmmaker back to New Winchester. We got 12 sovereigns. Oh, geez, so generous. Thank you so much. And she's ordered our engine. We'll find the downed locomotive. Oh, what is this? You lead a small team through the slopsome marshes. What a great word. And the groaning fungal forests, where the drone of insects, infected by fruiting spikes of fungus, drowns out all other sound. Hidden deep in the bogs, you would have almost passed by the fallen engine. The tackety engine rises from the marsh like a stick in the water, battered and smoking. We could help the crew. A few tacketies are attempting to escape from the lower quarters, while others are sending damp, mushroomy smoke signals up through the canopy. We could note down the location and report to the Windward Company. Tacketies aren't going anywhere. The Windward Company will be very interested to hear about this. Well, our alliances are with the Windward Company. A staunch stovepipe. Sounds of boggy floundering fade around you. As you stroll back through the dripping woods, you order your navigator to keep a close eye on the compass and mark the location and route on your map as you walk. The station master at Hybras is more than willing to carry a message. About time, he says with a smile. I was worried I'd have to fish them out myself. The tacketies will be out of their predicament soon enough. The Windward Company can be efficient when it chooses. Winchester War, a down locomotive on Hybras. You're looking for a down locomotive on Hybras. You alert the Windward Company of the location. the crew of the downed locomotive. I have 10 more fortunes. The stovepipes for 42 mixed. Should be higher than that, right? Well, it's 81 for the Windward Company. And I've lost fortunes with the Tackities. They're now desperate, which is good because we don't like them. Onwards. Hybras? Okay. So, what can we do now? We can explore the settlement. We can take a tea out of Brendan. We can wander the wilds, or we can make a delicate inquiry to the wizened mayor. Let's just go in order. Well, exploring's probably going to take the most time. It's probably going to have the most sub-options, so let's take the tea at Brendan. 5. Cost 5, that's fine. The only lodging house in Hybras, and the only building with more than one story. The smell of stewed tea permeates the dilapidated boards. The owner keeps a clean and ordered house. She bakes her tea cakes to perfection and ices them to resemble the fungus that has colonized the windowsills. It's been here longer than us, she laughs as she pours another round of tea. The tea is sour. The milk has gone off. Gross. I guess that really didn't do anything except cost us some. Alright, we will... I guess we'll wander the wilds. Swamp and marsh, fungus and frond. Nowhere in the Reach has been so thoroughly colonized. It would be a shame not to see the sights. You enter the fungal forest of Hybras. Clouds of spores drift through the ropey tendrils of the freestanding fungus. Giant ants pierced with spines of mushroom crawl to the tops of trees to better spread their spores. You wander amidst the webs and arches of mushrooms for some hours until you stumble across a shallow graveyard. Each headstone bears a number of 7 digits or more. Barely covered in the shallow earth are sets of manacles. Really? Interesting. Slave labor? Let's try that again and see if we get a different message. Oh, we did. Fingers of black and red mushrooms rise from the sodden ground. Tendrils of white fungus form vast arches. An earthy smell pervades the air and follows you through the swamps like a lost dog. In the middle of a grove of writhing sacks, you find a plinth adorned with broken and twisted nameplates, the shape of collars. Brabazon Work World has been imprinted on each. So it's got to be like either slaves or indentured servants or maybe prisoners. Let's try this one more time and see what happens. No. That's the same as the first time. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, it just goes between the two. Okay. Let's explore the settlement, I guess. No, we'll make the delicate inquiry. The Wizard Mayor chuckles. Oh no, we'd welcome youth. But we don't get many settlers coming this way. We're happily secluded here. He smiles wistfully as across the marsh his mayoral assistant trounces an unfortunate at bowls. I almost said bowels, jeez. I realize that this place is fecund, but yeah, maybe not quite that bad. Our best years were spent by others. Our best years were spent by others. Okay. The wizened mayor glances at his allotment, which is overflowing with burgeoning mushrooms. We have plans to hopefully change that, though. The colonists are enjoying a second youth on Hybras. So does Hybras make them more youthful? Also, are these the prisoners? They said our best years were spent by others. That sort of implies that they were in some kind of service where they weren't able to enjoy life, but were working or something like that for someone. Okay. Looks like we can't really talk to the mayor anymore. Guess that just leaves us to explore the settlement. Life moves at a slow pace on Hybras. Several colonists tend the allotments, while others sit squabbling outside the Brendan. Periodically, a lady emerges with tea and fungal crackers. A carpenter struggles with the fretwork on the new town hall. The carvings are of factories and faceless workers. I can't remember what they looked like, he says sadly. Okay, maybe that's the people who are buried in that cemetery. Well, it seems like everything we can do here. We'll try to explore the settlement again and see if we get anything different. Oh, we did. A game of bowls has been organized on the flattest bit of marsh. You're invited to participate by the mayoral assistant, who proves herself a mean backhand draw. When all is over and everyone has retired from the for fungal juices at the Brendan, the wizened mayor takes you aside. This is what it's all about. A second youth. First in some cases. He grins conspiratorially. Let's try this again. If we get anything different. Nope. Try it one more time. Okay, we got the grins conspiratorially. Was that one other? Can't remember what that looked like. Did we get that one in... Yeah, okay. So we get 2 and then 1. It's fine. It's probably a bug, actually. I bet there's 3 messages and one of them isn't filling in right. Alright, let's go to the shops. Bazaar. Whoa, what is this? Captains tread reluctantly on Hybras. Some mutter of infection. The few that stop huddle by the dock to trade and converse. You may find bargains here, or fulfill prospects you've claimed. Bales of cedar-woven bombazine. Bombazine is worked in the dark in the candleless rooms with boarded windows. A milky-eyed weaver sells rolls of the cloth she has made in her cellar. It is black and splendid, drinking the starlight thirstily. Well, roll of thirsty bombazine. We have enough hold for all of it. Let's do it. So it's worth 115. I'm gonna write that down. See if, because I don't know what the hell bombazine is. We haven't seen this before. It's a new material. I mean, maybe it's something that's only valuable here. Maybe we're getting ripped off. Hard to say. Trade with the locals. Oh boy. Well, the one thing we're sort of short on is fuel. Sacks of verdant seeds. We don't really need those, I don't think. Oh, did we leave the verdant seeds? We must have. That's fine. Oh, I'm sorry. Bronzewood. Yeah, whatever. I'm getting all scattered. Trade with the locals. The only things to buy at Hybras are edible mushrooms and seeds from the blotchy caps grown by the locals. Anything else we have to do here? And we've done quite a bit. Should check to see if that town locomotive is completed. Alright, well, we don't want to go straight back to Leadbeater. So we'll probably want to go back up to Port Prosper, probably via Avon. But in the meantime, I think we probably have to return to New Winchester. But I think I'm going to leave that for the next episode. Thank you very much for joining me. So yeah, I think in the next one we're going to head over to Winchester. Probably go back the way that we came. Hug this outer wall. Hug this inner wall here. Head to Winchester. Then we'll head up to Avon and we'll get the magician stuff repaired. We'll deliver those goods there. Whatever else we have to do for Avon. I think there was a couple other things we had to do for Avon. Then maybe shoot over to Port Prosper and come back. So that is the plan. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.